to the back side of the palm. And then the one thing is the soft pellet moving up and preventing going up to this nasopharynx, right? And the next thing is this epiglottis momentum. It's not a whole piece. It's very soft. It bends on the middle of that. It's elastic. There's cartilage. Okay, so foot will be go down to the pharyngeal esophagus, and then they will go to the esophagus. Okay, from this side to this side. By the way, I give you a little bit review for that practical. Okay. The epiglottis will connect to ligament. The ligament connect to two plates. One is what is bone, thyroid bone, right? And the other ligament connect to what? Thyroid cartilage. Okay. And then on the top here, that is thyroid cartilage. And there's cricoid. And on the back side here is also cricoid. It's a whole piece connected together. Okay. And here's glottis and a whole protein here. And then you can see two ligaments. On the top will be vestibular ligament. On the bottom will be vocal ligament. Okay. All right. Now look at the epithelium cell. The end of esophagus, beginning of stomach, and you see something change. This one is very simple column. So this side being in the stomach. And this one is a multiple structure, is certified squamous. So esophagus will ending where? Here, right here. And this one is a junction. Okay. In human, we don't have a valve between the esophagus. So it's moving from stratified squamous to single column. We do have slide in our lab. Okay. Now I will quickly go through all the GI tract, and then we'll go detail for the physiology. For the stomach, we divide to 4 regions: cardiac region, fundus region, body region, and pyloric region, or pylorus. And that part is how we see that it's at the end of esophagus, and we don't have a valve to control. And this part we call cardiac region because close to the heart. Okay. And when it go up a little bit, in this area we call fundus. And this one will produce a lot of acid right here. Okay. So when you stand up, you don't feel that much acid. Sometimes when you sit and you lay down and you find a lot of acid go to your esophagus, it's because what? When you're up, the acid usually will go to the lower part here. When you sleep, the acid sometimes easily comes up to the esophagus. And the center part we call body, and it's all this part here is body. And the last part here we call pylorus, or pyloric region, is right here. Different from the other GI tract is the muscle covers stomach 3 layers, not 2 layers. Okay. Usually we have inside circular and outside longitudinal. Outside is one below. They don't show everything there. Okay. That's longitudinal will go maybe curve and go straight down. And inner circular. And innermost we have discontinuous. This one is oblique muscle layer. Okay, oblique. This one is special for stomach. So here, the first we know is how they supported by mesenteries. Close to liver has lesser omentum. In the outer curve is greater omentum, and muscle is have oblique muscle. Okay. And why we need this oblique muscle is because the contraction was circular muscle like this way, and longitudinal muscle go that way. This longitudinal muscle is a circular muscle, and the mix of stomach is very well segmented, and then we need the other force. is called oblique. And so when they contract, they can move all the angle. Okay. The pyloric region, then entrance canal and the borderline not very clear. The ending with a sphincter called pyloric sphincter. Let's take a look at this. All right. The inner folding we don't call precut, not this one. We call the rugate, R-U-G-A-E. Okay, little bit folding. And this entrance and a little bit tiny part we call canal. Sometimes that borderline from this entrance and canals not very clear. Okay. But the end of that is a very tight sphincter called pyloric sphincter. This one will control the food slowly sent down to the first part of small intestine we call duodenum. Okay. And again, the inner curve here is connected to liver. That curve we call lesser curvature, and that tissue we call lesser omentum. And the outer part here we call greater curvature, and the apron-like structure we call greater omentum. And here I show you again what it looks like lesser omentum in the curve, lesser curvature. And here's we cut it out, okay, greater omentum, actually very long, go down. This one from human body, you can see this part is lesser curvature. That ligament cannot see very well. That is great curvature, and you can see the articular tissue here. Everything you see here is greater omentum. Okay. It's very very long, very big here. Then here this is something else. Right. Again, I want to show you what is greater omentum look like. Okay, it's a big part of articular tissue. And here, lesser omentum look like that. Okay. Now we quickly go to this anatomy part of small intestine. We divide three regions: duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Okay. Duodenum means 12. And I mean, the first doctor measured it with one segment of the finger, and he measured it 12 times. Okay, so it's about 25 centimeters. Jejunum means empty. Okay, very long. Okay, 2.5 meters. Okay. Ileum, even longer, 3.6. And they ending with a sphincter of this part we call valve, because it's so small. Ileum, cecum, valve, because ileum. And the first part of Latin name we call cecum, so ileum, cecum, valve. Let's take a look up here. This one we cut out the stomach and just show you the duodenum here. About 25 centimeters. And we put blue color here, and it's so tight, holding to the back side of the body, not holding by mesentery. And this one is we call retroperitoneum. And then we put a little color here on the top here, jejunum. Okay, and hit jejunum, starting from duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, they all have the folding here we call precut. In the stomach we call rugate. Okay, and then ending the last part here. The last part of ileum here, small hole coming out, we call ileum cecum valve, because this part we call cecum. This part is ileum, so ileum cecum valve. Actually, it's a sphincter, so small. Okay, there. And then go back to here. Another precut circularis. Then one thing under the microscope we want to see is that the villi starting from in the stomach we don't have villi, and the duodenum increase the number. So here, from duodenum to ileum, I would say number of villi increase and then reduce. Okay, the peak is in the duodenum area. The peak is duodenum. There are a lot of this villi. Okay, and also the lymphoid tissue, lymphoid nodule or Peyer's patch in the low part, in the ileum also increase, because in the low part, small intestine, we have a lot of bacteria and a lot of waste. We need more lymphocyte. Duodenum is very special. Bile duct send the bile there. Pancreatic duct will send enzyme in the buffer layer. Okay, so everything will go to duodenum. Now quickly move to the large intestine. The first part called cecum, human only 1 inch. And the dead end we call vermiform appendix, or just called appendix. It's also lymphoid tissue. And the colon is 4 parts: ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid, and then rectum, okay, and the anus, the epithelial cell change to stratified squamous. In the large intestines, the muscle, the 2-layer muscle also change. The inner part, circular muscle, no problem, but outer part, longitudinal muscle, we lost, reduced to only 3 band, muscle band. We call tendinocholic, okay, and they change the shape of the outside, look like a pocket-like shape. We call hostra. Go down to here. This one will show you the band here. That's longitudinal muscle here, and we call tendinocholic. Okay, 3 band. And this one is showing one side here and the other side. Okay, 3 band. That means suppose it's a tube. Longitudinal should cover everything, but now only 3 band. 3 band. In the model, in the lab, we can see that. And so you squeeze a little bit and change the shape outside of stomach. You don't see that very smooth. You see a little bit pocket, and we call this hostra. Okay, we call this hostra. And this one is special for large intestine. Okay, appendix is dead end. Okay, it's lymphoid tissue. Cecum very short, but in the animal that eating the grass, they had a long cecum, could be 3 meters. Okay, like in the cattle or horse or rabbit, okay, they all have very long cecum. Okay. The other 2 terms I didn't put. In the corner here, we call fracture, colic fracture, and here's left or spreading fracture. Okay, and then if we put all this together here, really small, you cannot see very well. You can see that stomach, and below it will be pancreas, and there will be transverse colon. So if someone feel in the center part here, feel pain, okay, 3 possibilities. It could be stomach a little bit in the left side. Could be stomach pain. Could be pancreas, really deep. It could be transverse colon. Okay, so in this area, if I had one, I'll show you. Okay, so actually the transverse colon is a little bit outside, and pancreas is below it. Okay, a stomach a little bit up. All right. So in the left internal tendinocholic longitudinal muscle vein, hostra, the outside, look at surface structure. Sigmoid colon being S-shaped, so we call sigmoid. And last part of it connect with rectum. And here is, I think it's from human. Okay, ileum cecum valve. Okay, from the end of ileum, here should be cecum, and here's appendix. Now we go through all the GI tract. Now we can go a little bit detail. Okay. Now we start from stomach. We go detail. Why we don't go detail for the esophagus? Because esophagus don't produce any enzyme here. The pathway for GI start from stomach. We have we call gastric gland. That means in the upper part of stomach, fundus or the upper part of body, we have this 4 type of cell: parietal cell, chief cell, mucus cell, PT1 cell. Let's take a look. In the stomach, they don't have a surface villa. On the surface, it's flat, and it goes deep. We call gastric peak. Gastric means stomach, and all the important epithelial cell is located deep inside here. So mucosa is quite big, and they always have 4 layers: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, externa, serosa. So first know the 4 layer, and then it had also the borderline, the muscularis, mucosa. And that cell there, we have parietal cell produce acid, chief cell enzyme, and G cell produce hormone. Okay. In the medical school, you have to know this from the electron microscope, differentiate all the cell. But in our classic microscope, we don't need to worry about this. I want to tell you is parietal cell is very important for stomach produce HCl, and that's very strong acid, pH 1.5, 2, very strong. Okay, and they also have a polypeptide, as we call intrinsic factor, and this one is good for vitamin B12 absorption. Chief cell is produce enzyme. Produce in active form we call passinogen. Nogen all means precursor. And you mix with the acid become passing. Okay, and passing will break down protein. But in the infant, the chief cell also produce renin, double N. Okay, not the kidney, the renin, and also gastric lipase. One break down the protein, one break down the lipid, because the milk has a lot of this fat and also protein, and so that's special in the infant. And they had a lot of mucus gland. They can produce alkaline mucus because in the surface they have to protect the acid damage to the epithelial cell. Okay, and they also had the endocrine cell produce ghrelin, and also the G cell produce gastrin. I'll tell you later. Now, the first thing we focus is HCl. Here, let's give you a very quick. This one I'll comment later. In your textbook, they divide mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, serosa. Okay. Very important for this 4 layer. And you can see the muscle also has oblique muscle, is innermost and not continuous, and the circular muscle and the longitudinal muscle. And this surface food is very acid, so they need to coating with the mucus there. HCl very important, digest the food. And how they form? Okay, actually they coming from water and CO2. Better look at this one. This one will show you that's in the center part, the lumen, the food passed by here. And here is the parietal cell, and here's inside. Okay, could be submucosa. And it's starting from CO2 and the water. This one very common. It become bicarbonate acid, H2CO3, by enzymes CA, carbonic anhydrase. And then they divide to bicarbonate ion and hydrogen ion. And because HCl is so strong, they cannot form inside. HCl cannot form inside the cell. They will kill the cell. And so how they do it? 2 steps. One is send out hydrogen ion, and one is bicarbonate ion send out and the chlorine send in another chlorine shift. In respiration in the lung, we're talking about carry the CO2, also the same. In the local area, CO2 move into the red blood cell and then form bicarbonate ion and move to the plasma and chlorine move in, right? And here in the parietal cell, the same thing. And chlorine will pump through the parietal cell and go to the lumen here. And HCl will form outside the parietal cell. And here, they don't show you here. They had a mucosa to cover it. And so HCl, very strong as damage, is not going to damage to the parietal cell. Okay? And so that mechanism is very important to protect it. And we call this HCl, when it increase more acid, and also bicarbonate ion also increase. And so we call alkaline type because HCl3, then bicarbonate ion will increase a little bit, pH value increase a little bit. So the blood in the submucosa, it is more alkaline, pH value increase. In the center of liver, non-liver, of stomach, is more acid. Okay, go back to here, and so the mechanism you have to know, starting from water and CO2, and hydrogen ion will move to the lumen. Okay, HCl will form in the lumen outside the cell, and then they will increase bicarbonate ion in the blood of HCl production. And this HCl actually is good. Why is it good in the stomach? Because it can kill the bacteria, virus. It can denature the protein, easy to digest. It can break down the plant or the vegetable. It can activate passinogen in active form to passing. Okay, so go back to the other slide. If several weeks later we had an exam, okay, they will ask you, okay, the passing, that enzyme produced by stomach is by what cell? Okay, parietal cell, chip cell. Okay, answer is chip cell. Okay, and if you cannot memorize, I give you a trick. Okay, the passing, that's digest protein. It sounds like passing. Let's say passing. Passing, you think about passing cola. And then you say, okay, my chief soft drink is passing cola. So chief cell produce passing. Okay. This one also in the infant, you have 2 more enzymes. And now we move to the other question. When the food in the stomach not complete digest, we call chyme there. And the stomach here also good is you can see for sugar they don't have enzyme. For lipid they don't have enzyme. In the stomach we have passing. Okay, I put a mark here, so they can start to digest protein, digest meat. Okay. Now I'll go back to this one later. We know antibiotics produce leptin can decrease appetite, so decrease food intake, would decrease the body weight. And now we have the other hormone from PD-1 cell, we call ghrelin, actually it's growth hormone releasing. Okay. They will increase appetite. let people eat more food and less grilling, and because it also stimulates growth hormone release. So the word actually coming from growth hormone release. Okay, will initiate hunger. When you feel hungry, okay, but right now you probably have PD-1 cell produce more grilling, okay, and then you want to eat. All right, and then the other cell I'll tell you later. Alkaline tight is kind of a funny story. One year, the MCAT question asked you is pH value in stomach. Okay, two conditions. One. The first one in the resting condition. Okay. The two is after big meal, after without protein, after just say after BBQ, okay, in your stomach. And what happened for pH value in rumen or stomach? You produce more what? You produce more HCl, right? And so decrease, the answer is decrease pH value, right, in the stomach. Okay. Oh, sorry. This one should be this. We are still in the resting condition. Okay. So this one, pH value decrease because HCl increase. This one, pH. I would say it's a little bit higher, higher than this one. Okay, relative, the pH value is flat, right, constant, okay. And HCl is not that much because you're hungry, you don't eat food. Okay. And then the second is tell you pH in vein, gastric vein, in vein or stomach. And this one the same thing. Okay. The pH value will increase because bicarbonate ion will increase in the vein and cause it alkaline type. And in this situation, pH value in stomach is high, and this one the pH value is also stable, right? And so when you are hungry, you are in the rumen part, you have less HCl and your pH value is stable, and your vein also stable. And after big meal, the thing different is you produce more HCl in the rumen, so in the rumen, pH value is in rumen, and it should decrease, right? You have more acid. But in the blood, in the vein, This one is in the lumen, this one in the vein. Increase in gastric vein. Gastric vein, because more bicarbonate ion, so more alkaline, and so kids will get it. This one I added, we call Hopper common name, actually called acid indigestion. That means we get too much acid. Actually have three conditions. One is because you produce too much HCl, and that reflex from stomach go to esophagus. Sometimes go to your mouth, you feel so acid, okay? And you have to maybe take this anti-acid, the tongue or kind of over the counter. And once gastritis, you have bacterial infection. The bacteria like the low pH value environment caused by bacteria. And this situation you need to put antibiotics to kill the bacteria. And one is people are going to have a heart attack. You can feel a lot of acid coming from stomach, going up to esophagus. And this acute reaction before heart attack, it can last several days or couple of weeks. Okay, and so when people are getting old, over the 50, and always complain acid too much in the stomach, if someone in your family, tell the person also check cardiovascular doctor. Maybe he's going to have a heart attack. How to treat this one? If it's simply acid, just anti-acid, okay. We get a lot of medicine. Or we can use Zantac, or we can use Nexin. They all have different mechanisms to reduce, provide the cell to produce HCl. There are different mechanisms, so don't worry about that mechanism. And if the gastritis, antibiotics, okay, or check cardiac function. Thyroid gland, I mean, the lower part, we had a lot of this mucus gland, of course. We have endocrine cell there. We have G cell, produce a hormone called gastrin that will promote or increase blood cell ability produce HCl. Chip cell produce passing or muscle contraction, we call gastric motility. D cell will produce somatostatin, or called GHI as growth hormone, inhibit gastric production. So this is the other organ. We have hypothalamus produce GHI. We have pancreas can produce somatostatin. This one's the third one. Stomach, D cell also produce somatostatin. It's very interesting. Okay. And here, so I give you an example. Delta cell in pancreas, they produce somatostatin. In chapter 18, I mentioned about this. Gastritis, this one I already mentioned that. We always call ulcer, stomach ulcer. That means we don't have enough mucus to coating it, and that HCl damage to the epithelium cell, sometimes cause bleeding. The food reach to the stomach will divide to three phases. One cephalic, always mean head, okay, and one gastric in the middle, and one intestinal phase. The first phase is we only eat food on the mouth, and then vagus nerve already tell the stomach, mucus cell, tube cell, parietal cell, they're all ready to work. Okay, and the G cell produce gastrin. Okay, gastrin go to blood circulation will cause more movement and also stimulate all the cell. Now we go to the second phase. You see the yellow color food is coming down, okay, and then we still continue to move, okay, and mix all this one, and then the gas stream will starting to slow down, and when food move out to this sphincter, and small intestine duodenum will produce actually more than three, okay, a hormone called CCK, GIP secreting, and they all inhibit all the cell in stomach, inhibit this neuron, periplexy, muscle contraction, and everything is negative to this one. Okay, and they also when the pH value decrease, stimulate duodenum, and then will produce secreting. Actually, they produce all almost at the same time. This one will cover in later on the small intestine. The table summarize on this one. Actually, you don't need to worry too much, but just know the last two phases can last very long, about 3 to 4, 5 hours. Now let's move to small intestine. We also have stem cell replace epithelial cell more roughly every week. Epithelial cell also secrete enzyme, glucose buffer. Endocrine cell is very important. Okay. Now we go detail. How many endocrine cells we produce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit. Okay. GIP means gastric inhibit peptide. Gastric means stomach. Okay. Inhibit stomach. They all have. I put the bright color in the first line. Decrease gastric secretion, motility, muscle contraction. Secreting also the same thing. Cholecystokinin or CCK, the same thing. Okay, all these three have the same thing, inhibit stomach. But they also have their special function. GIP will inhibit, will increase insulin release because we had food there and then reach to the stomach, and they say, oh, we have more sugar, so we can deposit the glucose. Okay, so from pancreas, they will produce more insulin. Secreting will work on pancreas. I put double plus, the major effect. For pancreas, produce alkaline buffer to coating the small intestine, prevent the pH damage from the stomach. It also will increase the bile secretion from the liver, produce more bile to digest, to help digest the lipid. CCK very interesting. Not only inhibit stomach, it also increase pancreatic enzyme release. This one is a little bit similar to secreting. It also causes gallbladder contraction, push out the bile, and it has a sphincter called sphincter or olive. That is one release. Now I have to jump down to this part. This one, yeah. Okay, food in the stomach. The major hormone in the stomach is gastrin. They will activate acid production and muscle contraction. And when this food kind reach to the duodenum, GIP will all inhibit the stomach. They all inhibit, but they also have insulin release. And secreting and CCK, it looks like they are all on the same thing. Actually, separate with a line. Majorly secreting will help enzyme and buffer. CCK had little bit function, but majorly contract or gallbladder and also release the enzyme, and release the sphincter for bile to come out. Okay. And the other one is VIP. They cause the vasodilation, more blood to come. Okay. All this we're working on increase digestion in the stomach, but decrease digestion increase in the small intestine, but decrease in the stomach. We go back to the original one. Sorry about that. Okay, so the other one, number 4 here is CCK. It's vasoactive intestinal peptide. Increase, buffer increase from pancreas. Also, major function, dilate capillary, more blood flow coming here. One year, test question, short answer. I asked, what is VIP? Okay, one student answered, very important person. No, not VIP. Okay, all right. Is vasoactive intestinal peptide. They also have the new. I put different colors because the new edition book only new edition textbook for this. They have enteroquinine. They increase the mucin production, coating the surface. They also produce a little bit gastrin, increase the stomach function. That means that's from the very beginning, from the food only reach to the stomach, and it also so stomach and the first part of duodenum, they all can produce gastrin. All right. So the other thing I want to say is small intestine. We had the divided vessel called archaea. The form of the food we call chylomicron. It's a lipid and coating with a protein, and then we go to the archaea, and then go to the divided vessel, and go to the thoracic duct, and then go to the blood vessel, hot blood vessel. That's very good question. Left circulating vein. Okay. Thoracic duct will go to left circulating vein, and then go to and then come back to the heart. Okay, now we can put more about small intestine. They had enzyme digest sugar. They have pancreatic lipase. They also have a lot of enzyme here. Okay, this one I'll tell you later. But the key point thing I want to say is the lipid finally become chylomicron. Okay, it's inside the lymphatic vessel called archaea. Okay, and let's go to the thoracic duct. And small intestine and a lot of villi going up is different from stomach. You also have 4 layers: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, serosa. You also have this submucosa process, mesenteric process. They also have this Harris patch. Okay. Now, from the stomach to duodenum, what's the change? Okay. Stomach, they don't have villi, so the surface is really kind of flat. And here's the junction, and we're starting to have villi. And in the middle of duodenum, we have a lot of villi. And so you also can see that the mucosa and submucosa, muscularis, sternum. And so from stomach to duodenum, like a stem cell descent, simple column, but more villi. And in duodenum, we see more villi. And how come some are circle and some are long? It's because the villi look like finger. If I cut through straight, it look like a longer shape. If I cut through an angle, you just see a circle. Okay? So every circle one is a villi. And this one from duodenum, you can see that mucosa area become very big, very long. Okay? It's all mucosa, and then submucosa. And here's ileum. I think we had a slide to show you previously. We do have a lot of Harris patch. The villa look like reduced, kind of a little bit smooth compared to this video. That's why I mentioned that. Okay. So from small intestine, you need to know GIP secreting CCK VIP. That's for digestive function. And here's a summary. CCK stands for tidal cystokinin. Okay. And then the new book called enteroquinine. They produce what? They produce mucin production. And GIP for insulin production. This table also involves gastrin for stomach contraction. Can be produced by stomach or duodenum. Secreting produced by duodenum, and can work on pancreas, can work on stomach, can work on liver. And VIP work on duodenum and working on dilation of this vocabulary. And here I want to say the difference. Secreting will help the bile production more by liver. And for CCK, it is cause gallbladder contraction, push the bile up. And very interesting, it also can reduce hunger. That means if we have more food reach to the stomach, to the duodenum, small intestine, and then tell our body, okay, don't eat that much. Okay, we will suppress the food intake. We have a slide. Okay, so we put it together. Leptin inhibit food eating. CCK will inhibit obestatin, means fat, right? Statin inhibit. They also produced by a small part of cell by stomach and a small intestine. So all of them is inhibit. Only grilling, this one from stomach increase. Okay, so if you had multiple choice, each one of the following hormone will increase the food intake or appetite, and only the grilling. Okay, this one only discovered maybe 10 years ago in the UT University. Now, since this CCK can inhibit the food intake, just like this one, okay, it's a peptide. It's a polypeptide. It's not steroid. And so, one of my friends doing the business, he said, okay, a lot of people want to reduce the body weight, become very lean. If I produce CCK and sell them, I can make a lot of money. Okay. But unfortunately, the CCK cannot make a oral pill because it's a peptide. It only can by injection. But some people still inject every day. Injection. Oh, I don't like it. Okay. And then my friend tried to make a lot of money for CCK, reduce the body weight, but unfortunately, he didn't success. Okay, the business will go down because people don't like get an injection every day will reduce your body, right? Oh, we quickly take a break. You look so tired. Just recover from spring break. Sorry about it. Okay, we take about roughly